Welcome to another episode of the Oxygen Not Included series, and it looks like I hardly needed to have built this water lock myself. It was going to happen whether I wanted it to or not, so that's good. Let's get some of this mopped up. I think it's, yeah, they're up here and carrying some fluted and normal ice and just dropping it and letting it melt. What's the temperatures over here? It's still pretty cool. Yeah, that's good. Hopefully we can get this finished. It's hard to tell like what gases are right here because the biomes themselves have a colored background. So you can notice it like back here you have just the brown, and then once you get into this biome it gets more green, whereas this one's gonna be a little more blue. And so even though this is, I guess there's included oxygen, but you can't tell there's oxygen here because it looks so different from this right here. Starvation. Already? Oh lord. That's weird. So I specifically made it so that the omelet could only be eaten by Muffin because she's starving. And Stinky is 100% eating it. Excuse you. That was made specifically for her. There we go. So she could stop starving. That was weird. Don't know why that happened. The only thing I can think of is he was coded to go eat it before I told him not to, and he just kept doing it. Don't know. We'll see if that comes up again. I don't remember what I was doing. It feels like it's been a long while. I suppose it was because of holidays and all of that. So, also, before I freaking forget, this is something I should have said freaking weeks ago. Thanks to my sister for the drawing of SilverNox at the intro of these videos. It doesn't look anything like me. It's what I pictured SilverNox herself looking at. I kind of see myself and SilverNox as separate things. I don't know. I imagine most of you on the internet also has that kind of feeling where there's like an online persona kind of thing. I don't know. Anyway, it looks amazing. She also gave me a actual physical copy that she colored up. I colored in the version that's on the beginning of the video, but she gave me one that she did with like special markers and stuff, so that's hanging over my desk. So yes, thanks to Halsey for the amazing drawing. And I'm sorry it took so long to remember to say anything about it. Who needs a med bed? Why is it telling me? I mean, I'm aware I don't have one, but I feel like it would tell me because there was a reason. But we have no research chosen. Let's get some research done. I think I'm going to do the home luxuries because I want to check out the drywall. See if we can use it to add some decor to the backgrounds, you know? Could also add decor in some of these other places, but kind of not the main priority. I suppose this is. Alright, how much of this is just a little bit of polluted oxygen up in there. But for the most part, this is just normal chlorine, or not chlorine, normal oxygen. Sweet. So we can start digging up again, and we're going to do the same process that we did here to clean out that oxygen here, because I think this is all polluted oxygen. And some carbon dioxide. So we'll probably want... Oh, I've been playing RimWorld. It's probably going to be one of the next games I played because it's just so good. I love that game so much and I've spent so much time on it, but I miss the ability to click this and hit build a copy. Oh, there is one! Haha! I just need to complain, clearly. I can't believe. I'm like, I want to do this thing that, oh, I can do. I feel like I've done that a lot in this game. Like, oh, man, why can't I do this thing? Only to find out that I could. I just wasn't able to find it. No med beds. Okay, it looks like the starvation one was fixed. I've turned on the frost buns again. Fingers crossed that doesn't break Thyri like it did last episode. If you remember that much. So I know we're also working on the power situation. We're also missing metal. Okay, so let's get this and this dug up. Some of that's not going to be able to be reached, I don't think. I don't think that one can. But we can get those. Up, and we have our smart battery. Good. we'll be moving those off onto the... over here, I think. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if the batteries are supposed to go before the transformer or after the transformer. I don't know. I'll have to, once I get there, like, actually actively think about why I would want one or the other. I should also get hand cleaning situation on the way in. Alright, I can do that pretty quickly, I think. I will never remember that the sinks are in the medical area. They should be in the hygiene, like the plumbing stuff. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever remember that. So this is the clean water, and that's the dirty water. Okay. Ooh, Bowser has some hypothermia. Hopefully he gets out soon. I think it's because of this stuff on the ground. It needs to be mopped. Alright. We need a medical bed. So change of plans for the moment. Medical med bed. Here? I mean, I don't know that it has much in the way of gas for breathing, but we'll have to do. Ooh! What is this? It's a stone hatchling egg! Yay! That's what I've been waiting for. That's super exciting. Because we can feed them something we have copious amounts of, so I don't have to be trying to feed them more important-ish materials. So pretty much everyone's doing pretty well when it comes to the morale. No one's really close. That's good. Alright. We've got a pretty stressed Sairi. Because she's grimy and hungry. I feel like last time I checked her, she still hadn't showered either. I don't know why. It's in her schedule. And then Natsu is dead tired. Couldn't get shut-eye last night because of the racket. I don't know what that is. But, hopefully that gets sorted. I don't think anyone's really loud. Ooh, you can see this temperature shift plate is starting to cool down this area. It was a little bit redder before. So that's exciting. Down here is particularly cool. Alright. So, right. We want a sink. So I don't think they're going to be getting into slime really any slime problems anytime soon, but I want to be prepared for that. So my question is, what should I just put it here on the ground, or do I plan on eventually? I guess I could just tile this. I'm just gonna answer the wrong question. I just need to ask you guys to understand. Yeah, we'll just go with our standard sandstone, like so. This dug up, and then we'll put the sink down here. And then I will change this a little bit once that's built, because I want, again, the water only going here if it absolutely has to. And so if we look in the plumbing thing, I'll want another one of these. So it'll only go here if the sink is full. So again, I'm not really sure why Sairi's not getting to shower. So I've gone ahead and upped the bath time to 2 squares, so maybe they'll have more time in there. Maybe that's the problem, is only the first 2 dupes who get in there are going to get to shower that day. So I'm going to go ahead and up that to 2. Another thing we could consider doing is upping the downtime to 3 squares. It boosts morale, but that's something I'll consider if things get a little more serious than 51%. Ooh, no. I just about made a mess of things here. Cancel that. Because if well, I suppose as long as this one right here wasn't dug up, it wouldn't have been a problem, but I just about dug all of this and let all of that chlorine in. So we're going to want to dig this one up manually, build another square, and then we can convert the rest. But I need to have this one blocked off. I also went ahead and built this into insulated tile pipes, though of all of the places this is probably the least needed spot, but I want to try to get into the habit of doing so. We're going to end up wanting to convert that because I think part of what's causing this area to be so warm is the hot water. It's been so long I don't even remember how this works. So I've been looking at the way I've had this set up before. So the water comes out of this and it goes forward and it hits here, and as long as there's space it goes up, right? So that means it'll come down here and it'll go straight there, and if that's full it'll go down here. I wonder if that'll be a problem. There is a potential that could be a problem in the future, but so it'll come down, fill this up first, which it already is full, so there's that. And then it'll come down and continue to the sink. Otherwise, it'll go here. Right? The problem is there's not a whole lot of space in the sink. So unless I wanted to redo the pipes above this point, I'm trying to decide what I think would work best there. Because the more we have stored for the sink, probably the better. Looks like we're about to have a Draco join us. Not sure where he came from, but hello. I also wanted to build this up. Alright, so we got some finished... Yeah. We've gone ahead and finished some research, which is very exciting. So plastic tile, wasn't interested in that. And plastic ladder, wasn't too curious. Furniture, we've got the comfy beds, which takes plastic. But would be good to get once we do. They take 3 spaces. They're huge, opposed to these bunk beds. Or these cots. Makes them quite a bit happier, but they're very big and they cost plastic. And then utilities? Drywall. So prevents gas and liquid loss in space. Builds an insulating back wall behind buildings. Drywall can be used to, in conjunction with tiles, to build airtight rooms on the surface. Ah. So it's for when you get way up here into the space stuff. You can use it to build this background. I wonder if we could use it to, like, decorate. So, like, if we did it with granite, would it be pretty? You know, would it help with their decor? Who knows? I don't know how costly it would be. So the next logical thing to unlock, I think, is probably looking into the exosuits. What we can do with these is kind of avoid this problem. What they would do is they'd come through here, put on an exosuit, which you fill with air, and they'll come out here and they can deal with different temperatures and being in different gases a whole lot better than they can on their own. So it might be something looking into. Another thing we might get into after that is natural power sources, like using this natural gas down here. Wouldn't be a bad plan. I don't know. I'm not sure. We have lots of power right now, so we're not using a whole lot. The problem is how it's being used. This is interesting. The sand came out at a kind of a cooler temperature than the surrounding area. So it's actually cooling down the tiles it's on as well. Cool. A little tiny sand heat sink. I'm okay with that. It's interesting. I'm sitting here watching and I'm trying to kind of decide where it's sticking a little bit. So you can see the gas going in and then there's a bit of a pause. Right, not right now. Now it's working alright. Right, like right there you saw it click off. And I don't know if it's because it takes time to process things through the filter, which would make sense, or if it's hitting this bend and it's having to take a moment to decide, can I go up? No, I need to go to the side. But I do think that we could probably use more gas pumps in this setup, or a better system with the pipes. I don't know if it would work better if this one joined like over here, or if it still had the problem, because what it's doing is they're having to merge And as long as what's in these two spots are the same and they're not full, they're joining together at the spot. So if like the two hydrogens end up here and here, when they get to this point they just merge together. But they're getting to be pretty big packets, so they can't really merge because they're as big as they could go. And so they're having to alternate on which one's pumping air. That's interesting. We certainly have a lot more calories in food. We've got some stuffed berries, crystal berries, frost buns. I'm kind of toying around with the idea of another dupe. I probably should be fine with what I have, but I always feel like there's a lot of tasks that need done. And I just don't know if that's a fault on my setup with the dupes or not. If people are doing useless things. I do wonder about taking out this manual generator for a little bit. Maybe I'll just disable. That's what I'll do. I'll disable it for a little bit and see if it affects our system. And if it doesn't, I will then remove it. I'm going to be changing the power system someday anyway. It's in the works over here. Alright, that's what this is. I promise it'll be done. Oh no! They swept up our... Here, let's see. Empty. Can I just... Will that empty on the floor? And empty this one. I swept up our door situation. Luckily, it looks like some chlorine has gotten up into this upper area, which is fine. And there is a Draco in the research room. So we're gonna attack that. I think he came from all the way over here. No more Draco. Yeah, he must have come all the way up and into here. I mean, there's no door, so that's not a surprise. I think we noticed him at the beginning of the episode, so we were aware it was gonna happen, so that's good. And it looks like the one that was up in here got away. Or they're the same one. One or the other. Oop, it looks like our temp shift plate went ahead and melted. It's kind of nice that these germy... Ooh, game froze a little bit there. That these germy items sitting in the water isn't then creating the water to be germy. So you can see here there's some very polluted dirt right there. But it's not causing any of this to be polluted. And having this water on it is actually preventing it from creating polluted oxygen. So if that's something that we needed to do, this is how we could stop that. But we have this power deodorizer right here, which is actually working to our advantage to give us just a little bit more oxygen. So it's actually really cooled down that area. All of these pieces of equipment have cooled down significantly because of that water. There's a lot of water in those little spots. He's mopping a lot. Wondering where the next one should be. Maybe in the bathroom? We'll cool off that room next. Yeah, look at all of this water he's mopping. This is crazy. It's like unending water. Oh, he has problems. This is our water source. Oh no. So that's what? Our oxygen source? That's all of our water. That's watering all of our food. And that's creating our oxygen. We have a little bit. We could move this down. Or build up and push the water up. Either way. But that's a pretty big problem that we need to be confronting. I can... Let's see. There's a lot of water on the ground and stuff right now. So let's go... Turn this off. So that one's not taking any of the water. That one's off. That one's good. And we'll turn this one off. So there's only this one can take the water. We'll go ahead and sweep it. And that means they'll start taking that clean water down there. It'll be good, because it'll go straight onto that. And this will be nice. That's a good amount of water. Oh no. So the next source of water we have is one, cleaning out this system, though to be fair, all that it's creating out of excess is this little bit, and that won't be a supplement enough. We have this pocket of water up here. Let's check the plumbing situation. So we could take a pipe all the way down over and pump it into this area. Wonder what temperature that's at. 80. Fine. And then the next big source is this. In which case I think we'll have to figure out working with slime lung and slime and all of that. Which isn't bad. I should get around to that. Stop putting it off. Granted, I was going to start trying to do that over here. But this is a steam vent. So it produces water infinitely, but at a variable rate. It's not all of them produce at the same thing. And I think we'd probably need a high-level scientist to find out. It is doing 5 kilograms a second of steam. But then we'll definitely have to find a way of cooling our water. And I can't remember what temperature the germs died at. We'd need to get to 170, and I don't even think this steam geyser's next. It's in the 130s. So we'll have to cool that down before we use it. So water is our next problem, I guess. Didn't think that was gonna happen so fast. I'm glad we had the temperature, the shift plate. Wow, that melted fast. Is that from the shift plate? Yeah. Wow, that melted almost instantly. Alright, so we have some stuff to mop up to be putting in there for now, but yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out the best way to get this source of water down here. And I think that it will probably be a pump. So we're gonna wanna... This is all algae. Do that. Okay. I'm gonna set this up so I don't forget. That's what we need to be doing. Alright, so we're getting that built up really quickly, actually. Which is kind of annoying because I've been waiting a really long time for this to get built. Can it not be reached? Nope, it's just waiting igneous rock, I guess. It's probably where it's the problem. It seems like they don't really breathe on transit sometimes. They'll go over here, get what they need, and by the time they get over here they have no oxygen, so they just drop it and go get oxygen, but most of the paths, unless they're... No, most paths they're taking will have oxygen at some degree. But yeah, we're not great on oxygen. It's getting better, but anyway. So anyway, I've got this set up. We'll then have the... We'll then run pipes down through this and start pulling that water into here. And that'll be the next episode, while on the side I start digging this out to make it so that we can start separating the power. But yes, this is our next crisis. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.